Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Friday, October 10th, and I decided earlier this week that I'm going to start vlogging again. I had an idea of doing a weekend vlog, getting some clips of working today. I do have a pretty busy day. I have 8 patients, so it's not that busy, but I have 1 intake and I have a nice break in the middle of the day, actually. I have a couple hours in the middle of the day, so I appreciate that. So I'm just kind of getting ready, turning on the laptop, looking at my patient list for the day. I plan on going to Trader Joe's later to pick up some needed items. And then, yeah, as far as this weekend goes, I'm planning to go to the movies tomorrow just for like a midday matinee situation. I've heard that the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor and Regina Hall is really good. I think it's called One Battle After Another. And I've been seeing the trailers and previews for it, but I wasn't like, even with Tiana Taylor and Regina Hall, I was like, because I could kind of take or leave Leonardo DiCaprio, and I feel like, he's probably the main character. But I've been hearing good reviews from Black people, which matters to me. So I'm like, you know what, I'll go. So I'll probably go tomorrow. And then what I'm really excited about for this weekend is the Black Girl Art Show on Sunday. I'm going there after I get my retie because my hair, I feel like, is looking good, but even my scalp is not that like it hasn't grown out like crazy. But this weekend is 5 weeks, and I usually do like 5, 6 weeks. I don't go beyond that. So get my retie on Sunday, and then after that, I'm going to the art show. Maybe I'll get some like random clips here and there if I think they're worth adding into the vlog. I'm not sure how long this will be, but I kind of just wanted to get started and, build some momentum and see where this goes. I hope whoever is watching is having a good day, whenever that day is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have about 10 minutes before I see my first patient, so I will probably put in a few clips of, kind of me talking, writing notes or what have you, and we'll see how this looks when it's all edited down. My name is Amaka, by the way. I feel like you probably know my name if you're on my channel. Thank you for watching. Check out my podcast episodes. They're pretty great. And yeah, see you in the rest of the vlog. first patient of the day. He has been stable for a super long time. I've been seeing him for almost, I think it's been over 3 years now. And he's been steady on Adderall for ADHD. He's been on 10 milligrams in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. But he's taking on more responsibilities at work. And he's starting to feel anxious about keeping up with everything. So we just, he asked if we could increase his dose from 10 and 5 to 10 and 10. And I said, okay, so we're going to be increasing. And I think I feel comfortable doing that because he's been on 15 for like 3 years now. So it's been a long time and he's been stable and steady. So we'll see how he does. I sent in the prescription. I'm going to write the note and we'll check back in with him in a month. So that's typically how it works. Some patients, if we're adjusting their meds, I will see them again in 2 weeks, schedule permitting. He has been stable for a super long time. He's a good communicator outside of appointments. If something is like of a concern or, you know, he has a question, he'll email me. So I felt comfortable seeing him a month out. But yeah, I obviously I can't put the conversation in the video, but that was pretty much the gist of it. So that's one patient down, 7 to go. I have one intake. Intakes are usually up to 60 minutes. And then, yeah, so far so good for the morning. I'm just gonna probably start writing and signing notes and we'll keep things going. So just checking in before I start making some lunch. I wanted to talk quickly about just a couple of patients that I saw. One follow-up I had since the last clip, she is on Wellbutrin for, you know, just kind of mild depression symptoms and anxiety. But with talking with her, we are suspecting that the Wellbutrin is actually exacerbating her anxiety and triggering unprovoked panic attacks. So when she came to me, we agreed to start her on 50 milligrams of the Wellbutrin. She was doing well, but felt she could benefit further. So we increased it to 100. And over the past, I would say like 6-ish weeks, every time she comes back, she kind of continues to point out that she's struggling with this anxiety and it's getting worse. So we tried a couple of, you know, medications. We tried hydroxyzine. She didn't respond well to that. We tried propranolol. She didn't respond well to that either. So now we're starting to decrease her Wellbutrin. We're going back down to the 50 to see if maybe her panic attacks will subside or even go away. And I added 25 milligrams of Zoloft to see if that will also help with the anxiety. So I'm optimistic. I think she will come back feeling better. That's my hope. I will see her again in 2 weeks. But I just wanted to talk about that quickly because mental health medications are very interesting. They do good work. A lot of them are great. I have some of my favorites. But sometimes you get the opposite response that you want. Sometimes people on Zoloft will feel more anxious, will feel more depressed. It's really interesting. Everyone's case is different. Vast majority of people I see respond positively to the medications. Even if we don't get to the right fit right away, it can take a couple of appointments. It can take several weeks, but you know, I do often ask them to hang in there with me. Sometimes we get it right quickly, and sometimes it takes some time, and that's the nature of the job. The intake that I just saw was in a very dejected, emotionally down place, emotionally depleted, but also reported experiencing like drastic mood fluctuations. And they told me that they kind of feel like they're at the whim of their emotions. Some days they feel okay. Some days they feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. They are seeing that more thoughts are coming to their head to where they're wondering why they're even here, why even continue trying, although they strongly deny any plan or intent around suicidal ideation. But it does sound to me like they are struggling with passive suicidal ideation. What I am happy about is that they are in regular therapy and they are getting a lot of support from there. They do feel safe. They are living in their own apartment, have a full-time job. So they do have a history of anxiety, but it is tied primarily to the level of safety that they feel. And that's not really an issue right now. They are a trans non-binary person, born as female, and they are actively going through the process, pursuing testosterone, pursuing surgery, have essentially cut off their parents because of lack of support from childhood on, just really strong conflicts that they're not able to resolve at this point. Um, and yeah, they are just feeling like they need to break away from their family and forge their own path. So it was an emotional appointment, for them. I was trying to kind of be that steadiness, and, be the provider to kind of reassure them that we will work together and pursue the best treatment plan for them. And I ended up refilling. I didn't refill the meds they're on right now. They're currently on hydroxyzine, which helps them to sleep, and they're on Wellbutrin, which they noticed when they first started the medication, they were doing a little bit better, but they're wondering if the efficacy of it has decreased at this point. So I'm kind of categorizing it as a primarily neutral response to the Wellbutrin right now. But what I did was just add Zoloft to this patient's case as well, just to see if that will help with kind of just feeling calmer, mitigating the mood swings. And yeah, we may taper down the Wellbutrin at a later date, but since we're meeting for the first time, I didn't want to make too many changes today. And they did mention like being on several medications in the past, and they responded positively to lithium, but I didn't want to start lithium today. But I didn't rule it out completely. I think that's just something we'll come back to. So that's my morning. I kind of just wanted to talk about it. It feels good to talk about, give you guys a glimpse into the kind of cases that I see. And yeah, I have a few hours, so I'm going to make something to eat. I'm probably going to tidy up a little bit. I'm going to work on notes. And then I have 4 patients from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's it. Good morning. It is Sunday, just before 8 a.m. I left you guys right after I talked about a couple of the cases I had seen before I had lunch, I believe. So a little bit has happened since then. I finished my workday. Friday was chill though. I didn't do much after I was done. I kind of got sucked into a King of Queens marathon on Pluto. That is one of my favorite shows. Just think it's so funny. Although I don't know that it's aged entirely well, but I still enjoy it. So honestly, not much happened on Friday. I don't know if I said I was going to do anything Friday. Maybe. If anything, I said maybe I was going to go to Trader Joe's, but I ended up going yesterday. Yesterday was busier. I woke up and got a long walk in the neighborhood, which was good for me. I felt like I kind of dragged a little bit, but I finished it out. I walked for like an hour and was happy that I did it. Just trying to, since the weather has cooled down, I just feel better being out walking. And honestly, it's my favorite way to get movement. It's really low stakes and isn't hard on the body, but it really gives me everything I need. So I got like an hour walk, got like 5,000 steps, and then I came back and chilled a little bit, showered, had breakfast, or brunch. I guess at that point it was like 11. And then I went to the movies. I went to see One Battle After Another, which I think I mentioned I was going to go see, with Leonardo DiCaprio, um, Tiana Taylor, Regina Hall. The girl that played the daughter, her name is Chase Infinity. She did so well in her role. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. Sean Penn is also in it. Benicio del Toro is in it. I liked his character. Um, it's definitely a political movie, but I think it's really well done. And yeah, I'd recommend it. I feel like most, if not everyone, who has seen it, or like opinions that I care about, on podcasts or whatever, whenever it's mentioned favorably. So I went, and I think it's good. I think it's good. If I were to rate it, I'd probably give it an 8, 7, 8, but closer to an 8. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It's almost, from the time I sat down at the previews to when I left the theater, was 3 hours, but it didn't feel like it. So that's crazy. I think that also speaks to the quality of the movie, because it was fast paced, but you could still follow. I appreciated Leonardo DiCaprio's acting, because I feel like he's still one of those movie stars who really like embodies his roles. Like, I have this opinion where there are certain actors and actresses that are just too big for their celebrity. Like, they are in a movie, and for me, I don't see the character, I see them. Tom Cruise is one of those people. Denzel is one of those people. The Rock, to a degree, unless he's doing animation, which, duh, because that's not really him. Um, maybe one other person, I don't know. But I just feel like there are certain people that their celebrity is just so big that I don't see the character they're playing. I just see them. But Leonardo DiCaprio is one of those. He's honestly, he's a movie star, but I still kind of think he's a little bit underrated. Yeah, he did great. I loved him in this film, and he can definitely still transform into whoever he is in his roles. Tiana Taylor was great. Regina Hall was great. Chase Infinity was great. Honestly, I think she broke out in this film, and I had never heard of her before, but now I know her name. I've said it twice. And I think Chase Infinity is a good stage name. But yeah, it was good. I give it a solid 8. What else did I do? I went to Trader Joe's after to get some uh, groceries, and I usually don't go to Trader Joe's on Saturdays. If there's one thing I was gonna do Friday, it was go to Trader Joe's. But I was like, I'm already gonna be closer to downtown adjacent, which would where the movie theater was. So I was like, I'll just go after and just kind of brave the crowd. It wasn't that bad. Parking is always a nightmare. That wasn't new. But I got in and I got out. Um, in maybe 25 minutes, even with the lines, it wasn't bad. I will say something though that honestly kind of disturbed me while I was at the Trader Joe's. I had gotten everything. I was probably done in like less than 15 minutes, and the lines were pretty long. Each line was maybe 5, 6 people deep. But there was one line with this um, black male checkout cashier that was super short. And I was looking like, is he closing his register? Like, why is this line so short? The only thing, honestly, he might have been, I think there was one other black male cashier. But I'm just like, what is the deal here? I don't know if I was like overthinking or overanalyzing, but like, I'm telling you, every other line, there was maybe like 7, 8 cashiers. Every other line was at least 4 people deep. This guy's line, there was no one. There was no one. The person he was servicing was about to leave. So I was like, okay, I'm getting on this line. And I'm looking around at the other lines, and there's multiple people. So it didn't settle well with me. It didn't make me feel good at all. I tried to be pleasant with him. He seemed focused. I don't know if he noticed what I noticed. He probably did, to be quite honest. Um, but yeah, and then a couple of other people looked around, came behind me. One guy, a white guy, came behind the person behind me, who was a black female, and then ended up going to another cashier. I don't know. It just didn't make me feel good, and I didn't like it at all. So, I was like, if I was a manager there, I would have been like, this line is empty. Come on, guys. Like sometimes I feel like you need to herd people because they just do what they see other people doing. But I just thought that was weird and unsettling. And I hope he had a good day and I hope he's okay because that didn't feel good at all. But I connected, it's funny, I connected with the Black woman who was standing behind me. She has locks, like big locks. And she was looking at my hair and she asked about it. And I was like, yeah, I love my hair. It's great. So I actually gave her the information for my loctician right there on the line. I always love when that happens. That's happened like at least like 1 or 2 times before. But yeah, after that, I went on down to Taylor Street to get some pizza because I was pretty hungry, considering it had been at least 4 hours since my last meal, maybe closer to 5. And then I came home. That was really the last thing I did for the day. I kind of just chilled and watched more King of Queens. And now I'm up. It is 8 a.m. Plan for the day, which I alluded to a little bit earlier in the vlog, is I have my retie for my hair at noon, and the loctician studio is a half hour from me with no traffic. So I get it done like at 8 a.m. Like usually now I would be on my way. But my retie loctician, she's started building up clientele for the past few months and she's getting booked. So I was only able to book with her this afternoon for October. So I'm gonna head, my appointment starts at noon. So I'm probably gonna head out like 11:15, 11:20, depending on what traffic looks like. Before that, I'm back in my office. I wanted to get some notes done, some patient notes. I won't get all of them done, I know that, but I just wanted to kind of close out a big chunk of them. So I don't have like so many outstanding going into the new work week. And yeah, after my retie, I am hoping I can go straight to the Black Girl Art Show. I might have to stop and get something to eat. I don't want to. I'm gonna see if maybe I can like bring some like snacks with me to tide me over. My retie should last about 4 hours. That's typically 3.5 to 4 hours. She washes and then she reties, and she's gotten really quick. So I estimate getting out 4:30 at the latest, and then the art show goes till about 9. But if I can, since I'm already out, if I can just go straight there, see the art, be there for maybe half an hour, I think that'd be good. So I will take you guys along, probably bring out the phone towards the point where I'm at the art show and show you guys all the amazing pieces by all the amazing Black women. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. I don't think I'm gonna film writing the notes, but I will definitely check in with you guys later.
You know the vibes out on this side, yeah, you know the vibes. Been in this thing winning rings for a while. Put it to the test, I could win it in a trial. Ain't no need to flex, cause I know you see the style. Yeah, I know you see the vibes. Yeah, yeah, I know you see the vibes. Yeah, I know you see the vibes. I can't have it any other way. Want the trophy, gotta take it out my face. Yeah, you ain't serious, then get up out the way. This is really what I do, so it's more than just a game. Yeah. Top 10, knock 10. Running up the score to know I'm locked in. You ain't on the team, cause you not him. If you ain't us, then you not them. Yeah, you know the vibes. Been in this thing winning rings for a while. Put it to the test, I could win it in a trial. Ain't no need to flex, cause I know you see the style. Yeah, I know you see the vibes. 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 I stay calm, but I'm confident. I got it, they wanted it. It's my time and I'm prominent. Why start now? Keep running it, yeah. Like like a running back. I just might go win it all, then I'ma run it back. They gon' wanna replay, they wanna run it back. Cause I done did it in a way nobody ever had. Yeah, you know the vibes. Been in this thing winning rings for a while. Put it to the test, I could win it in a trial. Ain't no need to flex, cause I know you